Hi, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to cover what happened during my trading day on Tradevate, trading the Nasdaq futures, the micros, not the minis, technically the micro e-mini, so whatever you want to refer to that as. I will say that I started off the day, I had a plan, and the plan basically was to wait for the Nasdaq to hit about 10,927, which is this kind of box right about here. That was a zone that I had basically charted. Let me switch out to like a 30-minute view here for you. And you can see it's not quite showing it correctly. There's been some problems with the rectangles showing up exactly where I want them, but basically this rectangle should be this way a bit more. So you can see there was a zone. This is last Friday. This is then after hours trading, and then the markets were closed Saturday, Sunday, Monday until 6 p.m. And then right about here is kind of early morning pre-trading day trading. And that was kind of level. And then you can see we opened up and we dropped right to this level. So this green level basically is, hey, when we get here, there are a lot of, basically it's a demand zone, so a lot of buyers. We can kind of tell the last time it came into this zone, it hit and popped straight back out of that zone. And then again, this morning when it hit, it popped straight back out of that zone, kind of confirming the zone is there. And I actually thought, based on other markets that had opened around the world earlier for Tuesday, today, that we would actually see a big pop when the market opened. And thank goodness I didn't actually put a long in, because as you can see, the market opened right here and we went down, down, and down. So kind of an immediate short would have been much better, but I did not do that. So this hit and it popped up, and then I just kind of waited. Although right in here, so that is 8:30. So the first trade I placed was at 7:46, which is a half an hour. So let me jump back to the 5-minute timeline. That'll make this much more clear. So 7:46 is right about here. So I caught this at, it hit this zone right here and it bounced, and I saw it start to go up, and I caught it at 9,023. So I caught it actually down in this zone right about here at this level. And for whatever reason, Tradevate won't show the trades I placed once the day closes out. There's been several feature requests online for that, but it does not currently. I'm not able to do it because I actually have all my trade lines on, but it does not show up. So I caught this at 10,923.75. And then it popped all the way back up, and I basically caught it. I sold it at about right there, 10,942. I was trading one micro, which equates to $2 for every point it goes up. It was a profit of about $38. So if I would have been trading just the mini instead of the micro, you could just add a zero behind that, because it's basically 10x. So that would have been $380. Could have just called it a day. But the plan was, let it hit the zone. When it bounces off the zone, take it. And there were some other plans about if it gets super high, shorting at 11,200, which obviously we didn't get to today. And then if it does break through that, watch it run to about 11,280. So the big plan turned out to be this zone, which we're going to talk about kind of in depth. And then I watched that happen, and at 8:21, so this is going to kind of be a little bit painful to kind of come in here and find them. At 8:21, which is somewhere in this candle, I basically caught it at right there, 10,990. And so I was still watching this climb out of the zone, and I felt like, gosh, had I been a little more patient, it would have come back down, and then it would have come all the way up to here at 10,993, and I bought at 10,923. So that would have been a great 70-point swing, but I did sell right here, which I felt really good about. Took that, and then I was watching this go up, and I didn't have a plan, and I didn't have a setup. And what did I do? I decided at 10,990 to place a trade to go long, and that trade lasted about 10 minutes and ended up with me selling at 10,967. So right about down here, because basically what happened, maybe I should switch over to the 1 minute candles so you can kind of see a little bit better why you might have sold, because you're like, Brian, why would you sell right there? It seems like that would be like, if you just would have held on to it, it would have been fine. And who knows, but in the moment that is a very difficult decision. So right here is I caught it at 10,990. So I bought right here on the way up in this candle. It went up some and then basically came back down, and I sold at about 10 minutes later when this happened. I stop lossed out. So I hit 10,967. Had my stop loss been down at 10,957, I would have caught this back up and probably held up into here at least. I probably would have sold at 11,000 just because that's the nice even number that people probably have a lot of profit taking set at. So that one kind of sucked. And then I didn't learn from that mistake. So at 8:50, 20 minutes after that trade ended, I bought at a stellar price. I bought at 11,001. So I bought basically right here, and then you can see what happened, right? We tanked, I hit my stop loss and stop lossed out. So those two trades basically cost me 80 to 50, which was really dumb, honestly. I didn't have a plan, I didn't have a setup. I was watching the graph and I felt like I was missing something. Like I was going to miss the big upswing, so I wanted to get in on it. And obviously that is just not the right thing to do. And so I think it was the mantra that I started repeating to myself was trust your levels, be patient. And that's what I tried to do the rest of the day, which I was a little bit more successful at. So the next trade came in I will try and record the video while the lines are still on the chart next time. It makes it way easier. So the next one came, I was very patient. I'm going to flip back over here to this chart. I was very patient and essentially waited another 2-ish hours until about 10:15 to place the next trade. So 10:15 right here, I'd been watching very carefully. And at 10:15, I bought at 10,974. So basically the bottom of this candle. Trying to just find this perfect spot. 10:15 is right here. So 10,974, I bought at the bottom of this candle, and 4 minutes and 34 seconds later, I sold at 10,983 when this started coming back down for a nice profit of 26.50. So that was 13 and a quarter point swing, which again, go to the micro or go to the mini instead of the micro. We add a 0, so would have been a nice $265 profit. And if I didn't have those two dumb trades, it would have been 380 and then 265, and I probably would have called it a day. So the next trade actually did not take a lot longer after that. We came down, and you can see our wonderful zone that we have right here. It's our demand zone. Basically, we came back down and we tested that zone again, and I wasn't about to miss out on that, so I watched this bounce up. And then at 10:48, right in here in this candle, I bought at 10,931. So almost the bottom of the body of this green candle right here. And then we let that run from 10,931 up to 10,961, which is about right here. So almost perfectly timed from here to here, got out. Basically, I was watching it for it to get somewhere close back to this level, because you can kind of see, hey, we had a small candle and then a lot of sellers selling off. So I wanted to kind of get out here, and if it kept running up after, then fantastic. And I think in the future, what I'll be doing is instead of buying one contract, I'll be buying 2 to 5, and then when we get to kind of this point, I'd sell 2 or 3 of them off and then let the next 2 kind of run and move my stop loss up to make sure that those 2 are also profitable, but be able to take more profit from that. So that was a great trade. That was a $60.50 win, so a 30.25 point. So a great trade. The next trade, basically, not really worth talking about. I lost $1.50 on it, and it was combined with a second. I bought at 10,933 when this bounced, kind of came back down in here again around 11:45. So yes, right on this candle, it was bouncing and then it started to drop. So I bought here and then I bought lower, and I ended up selling where one of them was profitable for $5.50 and the other one lost $1.50. So overall $4 profit. And I got out because I was concerned about the downswing. There was a lot of kind of pressure downward, and this would not have been any fun, and I might have stop lossed out down here. The one thing I did not have in this zone, because it's a really wide zone, the bottom of this zone, as you can see, is like 10,885, and the top's 10,927. That's a really wide 40-point zone. So I did not want to stop loss 40 points below the top of the zone. So I wasn't sure where to put my stop loss. It's still something I'm working on learning in a zone that's this wide. So I really was like, I don't really want to have this come down and stop loss. So I just got out while I was still making a profit. But then about 11:54, so right in here, when this crept down here, I basically bought kind of the same thing again. I bought one at 11:46, and I got out not too long, about 5 minutes later. It was only about a 3-point swing, $5.50 profit. And then the same thing basically happened. I bought at 10,929 at almost noon. So still in this candle, bought at 10,929 and sold not very long later, 4 points higher for $8. So I was pretty happy with that. And then at 11:55, let's see, we are still back here inside this candle. So there were a lot of trades kind of going on right here because we were bouncing off the zone, and I was trying to hit the zone and have it come up, and then things did start coming down. So that was concerning. So that's why I got out of a couple of those. But I did catch this again at 10,918, which I was pretty pleased about. Although I almost clicked buy on another one way down here, like at 10,900. Not sure why I did not. Got to trust my intuition and the zones. But basically pulled another 10,918.50 up to 10,932.75 for 28.50 in profit. So that was another kind of great profit, kind of not risk-free, but kind of in this zone where I'm pretty confident the price is coming back higher. And then I basically tried to do that again. I caught it at 918 again and ended up selling because I was concerned because there was basically a huge kind of sell-off to the downside. Let me find that exact spot on the 1-minute graph so you can kind of see it. That's 119. Here we go. So this is at 1218. Where are we? 1218, right here. So I bought in this candle at 1218 at 10,918.50. So almost right where my line is right here. I bought here, and then we just started tanking down, and I think I stop lost out of that one. I may have just exited, but I ended up selling at 10,905, which really kind of sucks because it was the bottom, although that was about 10 minutes later. So I did wait through this, and I should have just dumped it here, and then we got this, and we ditched all the way down to 10,905. Had I had my stop loss set just a little lower, I sold at 10,905.50. If I would have been here, at least it would have come back up. But then I probably would have held, and I would have seen this, and I would have stop lost me out anyway. I wouldn't have made it to this nice upswing. But it did bounce, and so again, the struggle with having that unknown stop loss in that 40-point demand zone is very, very difficult. So Then one last trade to kind of end the day. I took at 12:39. So this is back to kind of the 5-minute graph. So 12:39. This is where I really wish I would have just, I could have bought multiple contracts right here, and I was pretty confident we were going back up, especially the 10,900, very round number. We're in the demand zone. We haven't come out the bottom, not really even close, these three candles. And then this one gets a long bottom wick. And what are we probably going to see here? Probably some upside motion because the sellers were not still powerful enough to drive this price lower. So I bought at 10,906, which is right about here, and sold at 10,924 6 minutes later. So right about here. So again, I kind of caught the bottom of this to the top of this, and then we had a nice downturn. So I was perfectly happy. And yes, I did miss, I wait through the downturn and I get back up here. So that is, again, where multiple contracts will come into play very, very helpfully. You get from here to here, you dump 2 or 3 of them, and then you just hold, and then I get up to here with the other 2 and I make some nicer profit. Or maybe you ditch one here and then ditch another one here. So that's kind of the day in recap. Overall, let me pull up the kind of results. Here is how the day ended. So $92 in gross P&L. I do feel really dumb with the $82 that I lost. So I would have been at 174. Even after commissions, 77.48. And you can see 201 in total profit and 109.50. And you can kind of see there's 2 dumb trades back to back. Just when you look at that, you just go, man, that is just brutal. And what a way to just waste profits for the day. So don't guess. Wait for your good setups. This one, probably, just you're not going to win them all. And so like this one, I actually felt like I would probably have taken again because it was in that demand zone. I felt like it was still going to move up to the high side. It just didn't, and I stop lossed out. So that is kind of the day for today. I haven't gone through and set up the zones for tomorrow, but it does look quite interesting. Again, here is kind of where we are. We still didn't get out of the bottom of the zone, but 10,885 is basically another kind of level of zone where there's some demand. But if you notice, we did not sit. It's very hard to push below 10,900. You can see right here, 4 candles in a row, like try and like we push down, and like this candle, we got below, but we popped back up. This one, we actually were able to stay underneath 10,900 for, all of 5 minutes. And then this one opened up, went a little lower, but popped up. So there's definitely probably a demand zone inside this demand zone around 10,900 for multiple reasons. But you can see we climbed back out of that in after hours trading and are now giving some of that back. So we'll see how the day ends tomorrow. This other chart that's over here is my 22 range chart. I had it up in case I was able to kind of show you can see where I'm drawn, lines in here for, slope of this is the downtrend. We break the downtrend. So hopefully we have an uptrend. Here's the downtrend. We break that. Hopefully we have an upswing. This one we actually got one. This one we got a little bit of one and then came back down some more. So just trying to be very, focused on being patient, focused on making sure there's great setups and going from there. In other kind of news about what's going on and learning, I did buy Carmine Rosado's course, and I'm through the first 4 or 5 videos, trying to get through that. It's about 28-ish hours covering everything. So the first few videos were kind of very basic stuff, but it's literally A to Z. So far I've been enjoying it. I'm on the Discord with all of the traders from his group now as well. So I've started posting there. People seem awesome and very helpful. So that is a great sign. Loving that. He posts some great information in there. So far, 100%. Super thankful. He has a great mentality that is, one of abundance. He's not, holding anything back. He's sharing his information and knows that that's only going to come back tenfold to him. So thanks to him. And I know Trades by Matt is back on his live webinar, live streaming his morning trading session tomorrow. So I'll be watching that as well. So go check those guys out. They're, there's a ton of people online you could watch, and I definitely watched a bunch of people's different videos, and there's some funny people out there. There's some great people, but these two so far are very focused on trading and having good setups and not trying to guess, and really focused on price action and volume, which seems to be a good kind of play from what I know so far. So overall, my account is up $230 in 6 days. So I'm pretty happy with that. If I had been trading the micros or the minis, so many micro minis. If I'd been trading the minis, that's $2,300. So nothing to sneeze at. And obviously, got a long way to go, a lot of learning still to do. This could just be simple luck, but I am trying to be very kind of engineer focused about it and disciplined. So we'll see how that goes for the rest of the week. I will try and make a trading recap video every day this week. It's a short week, so only Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Trading is lighter because I think today, because one of the markets was closed in Europe, and already the news articles are showing that Sensex and Nifty are poised for lower open as bond yields climb. The Thai stock market due for profit taking. Japanese market significantly lower. So we may actually hit levels that are below this. So I've got this one other line down here around 10,828. So, depending on what the market does when we open, we may be shorting down to somewhere in this vicinity. I will definitely be watching and setting new levels around what happened today and looking back. And I'm also experimenting with started looking at different options for where to trade. So I probably will end up opening a Thinkorswim account at TD Ameritrade, and I probably will at least try out TradingView as well, which allows me to trade from their program, but on any kind of brokerage essentially. So all that's been a ton of fun. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit like, hit subscribe, get notifications. For those of you that subscribe, I really appreciate it. If you have questions, post them in the chat. I'm happy to answer them. My goal is to build this community and help other people and learn together. So that's what I've got for today. So have a great evening or morning or afternoon, whatever you're in right now. And I will see you guys tomorrow with my trading recap. And I will try to do that before the market actually closes so you can see my trading lines on the graph, assuming I actually place trades, because I will be waiting for good setups and waiting and being patient. So thanks. Have a great evening, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye for now.